Right, good morning all. Thought we'd take a visit to somewhere that bring back some memories for us all. I'm sure most of you will recognise this gate. Yes, we are at the Iken campsite. Walking down the driveway. Certainly brings back some memories for me. Haven't been here for a while. As you can see, there is the campsite is now closed to for camping, but it's used by these historical reenacting people that have built all these buildings and use it for school parties and stuff like that. But we're just here for the campsite today. And as we walk down, we're going in up towards the fire pit. Certainly brings back some memories of a huge, massive fires we used to have here back in the day. Hasn't really changed that much. It's opened out a bit, but that may be just because it's winter time. There's one of the campsites. These trees here, I can't remember which one it is, whether it's that one or that one that we got the hammer stuck up trying to get a flag up. I think that was Rick Moon and Simon and what have you did that. Well, I'll just have a quick look around the rest of the campsite. Excuse my cough. This is the area we used to have the tents, the command tent and stuff in, and we used to camp in this wood with our bivvies and stuff around the back here. As you can see, still pretty much the same. Many a freezing cold night in here. Coming back out. And the football pitch, volleyball pitch was just here, I believe, if I remember rightly. Cadets used to be all over that part of it, in amongst those trees over there. And this area here was, I can't remember what we used it for, but it looks like at the moment it's used for some sort of, I don't quite know what it is. It looks like it's been turned into a ring of some description. Probably something to do with the archaeological people, reenactors, whatever you want to call them, reconstructors. And the dreaded toilet hut, which is unbelievably still there. Just walk back through this back way. What I plan to do this morning is just have a look around all the various bits I can remember through the years, and hope that brings back some memories for you guys if you're watching it. The water bowser we used to have, I think that was just about in this gap here. Remember that weekend where it actually froze solid? How the hell we used to do that, I do not know. It's here, wasn't it? Well, yes, chained up to that little post in the ground there, if I remember rightly. I'll move on to the next place and I'll come back to you. Right, we're back again. This, I'm sure you can't really tell on the camera, but this is the entrance we used to come in and out of with the Land Rovers. Quite know how we managed to get through these little trees, I'm sure, but with Rob, Molster and my Land Rover and Peter's as well. I thought we'll have a look in this forest here. One for you, Mike Haskam, and see if your tunnels are still there. They were the last time I came up, but we'll have a wander in and have a look. I remember the effort you put into these tunnels was bonkers. You're absolutely crazy, man. But you could see where they were. I think they were over here somewhere. Hopefully we'll be able to see. As you can see there, they have grown up quite. There's lots of little trees growing in here. Where are they? Where is it? Ah, there he is. I knew it's in somewhere. There you go, Mike. Where you can see that. Let's get down a bit so you get down and have a look. Yeah, it's not very clear, but you can see where it goes. All covered by trees, goes round the corner there. Underneath the trees. Yeah. Happy days. I'll just move on to the next bit and I'll come back. Right, we're back outside the road here. Now, if I remember correctly, this belt of trees that's here was Moon Belt's Run, or Moon's Belt. One particular memory springs to mind of telling all the cadets about Black Shug, the big black dog that's supposed to haunt this area, and us staff getting down the other end with a big stereo or a tape player or whatever, and waiting for the cadets to get close to us. I think it was the Spice Girls, Nikki Seymour, and the other two, I can't remember the names off the top of my head, I'm sure you'll remember. Waiting for them to get down the bottom and playing the dog barking and hearing all the screams and what have you. Hilarious. Couldn't do that these days, but there you go. Right, we're back again. Can you tell where we are? Looks completely different to what it used to. But yes, we are at the top, the campsite end of Ambush Alley. We're going to have a wander down and see if we can find some recognised places where we've used to have our ambush the cadets. It looks completely different to what it used to, but sure it'll bring back lots of memories. Certainly does for me. Really dark, cold, windy nights, hiding behind the trees, jumping out on the little deers, and probably some of you guys as well. Having a bit of a bundle. Couldn't do that these days, you'd get arrested, but as you can see, it's still there. Just go down to the bottom of this little hill here. I think that the main part was this thicker pit just here, if I remember rightly. Lots of memories in these woods, boys and girls. Lots of people been here Lots of happy times. Cold, but happy. As you can see, it's opened up a little bit, but nothing. I think that was where out of these silver birch here, just up this little bit here is where the main part of it was, if I remember rightly. I'm sure you'll correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? This is the main bit of it. Excuse my coughing. Yeah, this is it, isn't it? Here. Huh? Looks like we have a tree that's caught fire. Struck by lightning or something. Maybe not. But yeah, as you can see, this is Ambush Alley. Lots of memories. Right, as you can see, we're now back at the campsite and we're now out onto this track. Now, if I remember correctly, this was campsite track. But I can't quite remember. I've been looking for one of the maps with all the names on it. Can't find one anywhere. If anybody happens to have a copy of it or can remember what the names are, you can leave it in contact me and let me know. I'd like to have a copy, and or just leave the name that you recognise in comments below. Or if you happen to see me about, just so you can tell me. But yeah, I'm fairly sure this is campsite track. And we'll walk up to the next junction. Now, I was fairly sure all these junctions and tracks had a name of some description. Can't quite remember what they are, but we'll see as we go along. Right, this one here is another, as you can see, there's another junction coming up. That's coming from the wood where my gas cams tunnels are, and goes down to around the back of the campsite. Around the back, you can just about see it in the distance there, where the back of the toilets are. If you can remember what that track's called, that'd be most helpful if you could let me know. And we're looking back up to campsite track again, heading out towards the forest, and I'll bring you back when we get to the top. Right, we're back now, coming up to the next junction. Again, campsite track ahead of us, and we've got this crossing here. I've no idea what this one was, or even if it had a name. So it goes down that way, down towards the road, sort of running parallel with the back of the toilets on the campsite, and back up towards the other way there. And like I said, if anybody remember these names, that'd be jolly nice to know. Right, so that's that one, and I'll bring you back when we get to the other end. Just another, if I remember rightly, this group of trees here was called Night Spinney. I think, and I can't remember, because I got completely lost in there one night for about an hour, and that's why it was called Night Spinning. I believe Simon Turner named all these tracks and what have you, but I'm fairly sure it's that one. Right, we're back again. I seem to remember this puddle here always used to be a puddle. Strange things, I know. So we're coming up to the main track at the end of campsite track, and heading straight across should, if I remember correctly, bring us up to the Iron Triangle. If we look down that way, down there is where the road is, where the cottages are, and this way is back up to the other road at the other end there. We'll just have a walk along here and see what we can see. If I remember, this seems to have grown up a huge amount from what I remember, but I may be wrong. I'll bring you back when we get to something interesting. Right, I think this is one part of the Iron Triangle, the track going that way, and down that way. I think the Iron Triangle is sort of there. Excuse my pointy finger. If I remember rightly. Yes, that's here, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. I remember now. The track's going all over the place. There's another one going down that way. And down this way, yeah. Used to do lots of exercises up here, if I remember. Well, that's about it, ladies and gents. We're now walking up towards the campsite track and the main track crossing. So hope you've enjoyed this little wander around here, and brought back some memories for you all. Certainly has for me. And if you like anywhere else exploring that brings back some memories for you in your days at 432, just let me know and I'll see what I can do, as long as it's legal, of course. We don't do anything illegal here, do we? No. See you later, guys.